Hi, I'm Ann Tyndall. I'm the bereavement coordinator for Gunderson Health System. It's Thursday morning, July 16th, 2020, and we're at Mormon Cooley Memorial Park. Each year, Gunderson holds a burial service for families who've experienced pregnancy loss, early pregnancy loss. And we gather here at the edge of the graves to honor those who have died before reaching birth, and to support their families and to invite the promise of hope. This year, because of the restrictions on gathering because of COVID-19, or to prevent the spread of COVID-19, we are not able to include you among the grieving families. We are recording this service for you to view instead, and we hope that it will provide some solace, seeing that your babies are laid to rest in care and faith. This is Chaplain Tara Schiltz, and she'll lead our service.
Good morning. We gathered together this morning to remember the babies lost to us before completing their journey into life. We are here to seek comfort in our sorrow, to honor the mark these lives have left upon us, and to lay our beloved babies to rest. Each of you watching this recording held hopes that you would gather with friends and family to celebrate the birth of your baby. Instead, now we gather in sorrow and loss. You dreamed and hoped as you imagined what your baby would become and how your family would be. Now there is emptiness and pain as you acknowledge that this seed of life could not mature fully into the child of your heart. We'll begin with a reading entitled Sometimes by Marcia Updike. Sometimes memories are like rain showers sprinkling down upon you, catching you unaware, and then they are gone, leaving you warm and refreshed. Sometimes memories are like thunder showers beating down upon you, relentless in their downpour, and then they will cease, leaving you tired and bruised. Sometimes memories are like shadows sneaking up behind you, following you around. Then they disappear, leaving you sad and confused. Sometimes memories are like quilts, surrounding you with warmth, luxuriously abundant. And sometimes they stay, wrapping you in contentment. Now Anne will join me in a litany of voices. Some people come into our lives and leave footprints on our hearts, and we are never the same.
Some people come into our lives and go quickly.
Some stay for a while and embrace our silent dreams.
Some help us become aware of the delicate winds of hope, and we discover within every human spirit there are wings yearning to fly.
Some help our hearts to see that the only stairway to the stars is woven with dreams, and we find ourselves unafraid to reach high.
Some celebrate the true essence of who we are and have faith in all that we may become.
Some awaken us to new and deeper realizations, for we gain insight from the passing whisper of their wisdom.
Throughout our lives, we are sent precious souls meant to share our journey, however brief or lasting. Their stay reminds us that we are here to learn, to teach, to nurture, and to love.
Some people come into our lives and they move our souls. They help us to see that everything on earth is part of this incredible life.
The babies we honor today came into your lives and left footprints on your hearts, and they will never be the same.
Now I have a brief reflection for you this morning. Today, as we gather virtually, I'm struck that all that is different this year from the years past. In the past, we gathered in person. We could look around and see one another. This year, though, the world has changed. Gathering together is more challenging. The risks are higher. We can no longer easily travel to gather with friends or family. And yet, in the midst of all the things that have changed, I long to notice all that is still the same. The breeze is continuing to blow. The sun continues to peek out and the birds to sing. And you still miss your child. Perhaps there are spaces in your home that remind you of the life you expected. A memorial or a picture or a candle. Your emotions are still present. You still feel sad. You still long for the lives that ended too soon in your own families. Even as the world continues to change, your grief remains. Grief remains and perhaps is even harder to live with due to all the new layers being added. Perhaps you had to be alone in the hospital if your loss was recent. Perhaps you haven't been able to hug the people who bring you hope and courage. Perhaps it's even harder to get out of bed each day. And that's why taking time for this service is so important. It is important to create space to intentionally allow yourself to grieve and to recognize that you are not alone. Today, you are pausing to honor your child or children whose lives ended too soon. Today, you honor your connection to your baby and the life you had imagined with them. Today, we recognize that your grief remains. And although we may be apart by distance this morning, we are recognizing the lives of your children together. You are not alone. There are other parents watching this video. Although we aren't standing side by side looking into one another's eyes, perhaps others are watching it right now with you. The staff at Gunderson, especially the bereavement team and the RTS team, Resolve Through Sharing, holds you in our hearts today and every day. Your family, and maybe they are with you right now, feel with you. And so I invite you to take this moment to breathe deeply. Allow yourself to feel. And hear all of us say, "We see you." Over the miles and distance as it may be, we see you. And we hold your babies in our hearts with you as they are memorialized in this space. May you come here to this place as you need, to visit, to talk to your child, to sing the songs you long to sing to your child, and to love your child. And if you cannot visit this space, I invite you to create one of your own in your home if you haven't already. And may you remember each time you recall your child, you are not alone. In your journey with your grief, on the days when you smile, laugh, and find joy again, and on the days when you can't get out of bed, on the days when you feel like yourself, and on the days when you don't know who you are, in the midst of all that has changed, and in the midst of all that is the same. May you know that you are not alone. Now to begin our blessing ceremony. Today we recognize that a soul, a singular self, entered your lives. And although this child did not grow into all that you had dreamed, this brief life did leave an indelible mark upon your hearts. You are not alone in your sorrow, for each of you are held in the lives of your families and in your significant communities. And who can say where the reverberations of your child's life ends? Although they may have gone from our sight, they will live in our hearts forever. To the children we are memorializing today, we give thanks for your life. We set you free to dwell among the stars, to dance upon the breezes, and to sing to us in the rainfall and the sunshine. Our next reading is a prayer for the grieving. I give you this one thought to keep. I am with you still. I do not sleep. I am 1,000 winds that blow. I am the diamond glints on snow. I am the sun on ripened grain. I am the gentle autumn rain. When you awaken in the morning's hush, I am the swift uplifting rush of quiet birds in circled flight. I am the soft stars that shine at night. Do not think of me as gone. I am with you still in each new dawn. And our prayer of faith. God of comfort, we trust that beyond absence there is presence, that beyond pain there will be healing, that beyond brokenness there can be wholeness, that beyond anger there may be peace, that beyond hurting there may be forgiveness, that beyond silence there may be the word, that beyond the word there may be understanding, and that through understanding there is love. Rosemary has long been known as the herb of remembrance. Today, we are placing sprigs of rosemary as a living remembrance of the love for your child that continues to live in your hearts. Now another responsive reading. In the rising of the sun and in its going down,
We remember them.
in the blowing of the wind and in the chill of winter,
We remember them.
in the opening of the buds and the rebirth of spring,
We remember them.
in the blueness of the skies and in the warmth of summer,
We remember them.
in the beginning of the year and when it ends,
We remember them.
when we are weary and in need of strength,
We remember them.
when we are lost and sick at heart,
We remember them.
when we have joys we yearn to share.
We remember them.
So long as we live, they too shall live, for they are now a part of us as we remember them. We commit these babies to the earth, and we release their spirits to the unbegun, unending mystery at the heart of all life. May their spirits be at peace now and forever. Amen. So rest in peace now, our beloved babies, and go, friends, in sorrow and in hope, trusting that healing and peace will come. Amen.